What's going on, viewers? Welcome to the Uncle Bo and Brian Show. I'm here with my Uncle Bo, also known as Frankula. And today, what we want to talk about, the hot topic nowadays is Black Lives Matter. And I'm just trying to figure out, man, like, you think we setting ourselves back right now? Like, it's a lot going on, destruction, violence, corruption. Like, what you think we could do, man?
I think we really are. I was born in the 60s. So pretty much everything that's going on is just really repeating itself. The protesting, the violence, tearing up your own neighborhood. Why would you want to tear up your own neighborhood? That's one thing I don't get. The neighborhood didn't feel no pain. It's the person.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I feel that. And I want you to help bring some light to the origin of all of this stuff. It's even like black on black crime and the destruction in the black community, because regardless of what people say about like what white people are doing to us right now, we still in a situation where we not fully helping ourselves as much as we could. But I feel like it's a reason, and you were the first one to tell me about Mr. Willie Lynch. So I was going to see if you could talk to our viewers and kind of get them a backdrop of the Willie Lynch letter and just everything that happened with that.
Black Lives Matter. Listeners, listen. During slavery time, Virginia had a problem controlling their slaves. So they sent for this West Indies slave master, diabolical, devilish, mean, torture, didn't give a damn about life, a person's life. And he had a rope. And he had a method. And I always say things come in threes. Fear, envy, and distrust is what he used for the black slaves.
Okay.
They would fear, they would distrust each other, and they would envy each other. In Black Lives Matter, we had a homicide in the neighborhood just the other day. It wasn't white. It was black on black lives. So Willie Lynch had a method, and he said this method will work over 500 years. And oh, by the way, I want to encourage a lot of y'all blacks to vote, because when this ink pen was in style, you didn't have the rights to vote. You was half of a man. They treated you like you was an animal. So when we came from this boat over here, from boats to Cadillacs, registered to vote. And I'm saying this, Willie Lynch had a method, and that method is still going on today. Brian, you got a nice car. Your friend saying, oh Lord, he got a car. How long he gonna keep that car? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's envy. They jealous because you working and you going out here paying a car note and all of that, free housing and all of that. Black Lives Matter. It ain't really Black Lives Matter. It's what really matters.
Okay.
Values, your morals. What do you get up every day for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to use certain type of vocabulary, but you got guys out here with cell phones, think they running the streets, and don't even have a life insurance policy. And you know what the truth is? Your mama ain't crying because you died and had your head blowed off and this yellow tape around the pole. You know why your mama really crying? Because she ain't got the money to bury you. But you got a cell phone. You upgrading every year. Black Lives Matter. What really matters? Education. We need to educate our people. Willie Lynch said this method will work. It will work for the next 2 to 3, maybe even 500 years. Because the last motherfucker did me wrong was black. But we talking about Black Lives Matter. It don't matter.
We got a lot of hate within ourselves, like you said, the envy within ourselves, within our own community. But bring it back to like tell people what was in that letter and kind of how from that letter we still have issues to this day.
You pitch the dark skin against the light skin. You pitch the woman against the man. The judge didn't tell you to meet this man. The judge didn't tell you how to choose this man. The judge only gonna make a decision after the choice you made. It's still going on. You will run to the courts instead of tell this man how to treat you.
Yeah.
You can tell him you want your nails done, but you can't tell him stop hitting you. You can't tell him, look, before we make a family, we need to be established. We need to save up some things. And I'm telling y'all, this method is still working today. You got women depending on the system. I have a book on my shelf. It says America makes more money off of poor people than they do rich.
Wow.
And this bullshit Kanye West doing, that's just a setup for Trump to get back in office. Because he's
That's
splitting
a whole
the
nother
votes.
topic. Yeah.
He's
yeah.
splitting the votes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's this Willie Lynch method. And listen to the words I'm saying. 1712, he came to Virginia. He had a modest plantation with slaves. He hung you. He said, you take the toughest, the bully nigger, and put him in front of all the other nigger and niggerettes and set him on fire and whoop him and put the fear in the slaves.
Not only they told them to set them on fire, what they said, they put hot tar on them.
They put
feathers on them.
They feathered them, is tying them up with shackles, and that's what it's all about.
So that, yeah, because basically he would try to install fear, like you said, fear into the other slaves. So like, if he could do this to the toughest, meanest slave, what do you think he could do to you type thing?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Hello, yeah, I got a call coming through. I'm doing something right now. Thank you. So, hey man,
Busy man.
yeah. I'm glad I saw the light. But Willie Lynch had a method, and they sent to him. It takes like 3 months on a boat to get from Africa to America, from the West Indies. It takes a month journey. They sent for him in the West Indies to come to Virginia because Virginia had a problem controlling their slaves.
Yeah.
And the method that he used is still working today. Unemployment, hatred, envy. And it's just 3 components that he used. 3 methods. Distrust. Make me distrust you. I'm Uncle Bo. Make you, well, Uncle Bo old, he don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He getting old, he senile. And that's division, and it's still working today. I might know a job hiring. And you looking for a job. And I tell you, well, I don't know. But I got mine. I ain't worrying about you.
Exactly.
And then you got the woman, the method with the woman, and it's working. These girls know these guys cannot provide for themselves, but they lay down and have a child. Then they want to run to the system. Then they want to apply for public housing and all of that. The projects, the hood is good. And don't get me wrong, because I was born in the projects, and my mama and my daddy made $1 too much to be in the projects. And look at me now. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
And even what you was talking about as far as this trust, it happens to this day. Even for instance, like you'll see how they show a lot of the black men getting killed or beaten up by cops and stuff. The first thing people say is, well, what did that person do wrong? You know what I'm saying? It's always a notion that we had to done something wrong, but it's never a just thing to kill somebody that's
Exactly.
unarmed.
Black lives.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's all about respect.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all might not like this. One of my friends, one of my best friends, is a Ku Klux Klan.
Wow. Okay.
I got a Confederate flag. I got a Confederate shirt because I live in the South. And it's a Southern flag. But, hey, it just shows me respect. I respect you.
But in a sense, though, I'm gonna argue that point because I personally feel like people that had a Confederate flag ain't respecting the American, not because they were basically traitors.
It's heritage. It's heritage. Just like they taking down the statues. They taking down the statues. It's people traveling all over the world to see history.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about history. And all.
So why doesn't Germany have Hitler statues over there?
That's their government. See, United States is the land of milk and honey. That's why a lot of foreigners are coming over to the United States and trying to get this citizenship.
Yeah.
Black lives, to me, it matters, but what it matters, what the truth of the matter. You can't tell me that whites are killing blacks, because last time I noticed, it was a homicide. 3 people got killed last week.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
And that's true though, cause like even though I feel like environment is a very big thing. Like I feel like just because of the environment, a lot of black people we're killing ourselves and doing a lot of bad things to us. But at the same time, we gotta put that responsibility on ourselves to change. You know what I'm saying? Cause they done showed us who they are. You know what I'm saying? As far as white people, so and they showed us how little they gonna help.
And let me
so
tell you,
we gotta help ourselves at some point.
And let me tell you what they did. Let me tell you what they do. Speaking on Black Lives Matter, I've seen pickup trucks riding around with bricks. And they dropping bricks off in certain areas. And the people...
When you say bricks, you mean bricks or you mean bricks?
Bricks that you build a house.
Okay.
Mortar bricks.
Okay.
I seen them set bricks down on the corner downtown for protesters.
Wow.
When you vandalize, when you loot, when you spray paint buildings and stuff, that's not protesting. Protesting is what Martin Luther King Jr. did. He said, if you're going to be violent, don't get in this line. And what I'm seeing, I'm seeing y'all doing opposite of what he said. This man marched. This feathered pen, back in the days when this was in style, you was a slave. You was a slave. And you pimping backwards. Listen to this, Brian. Listen to this, nephew. These motherfuckers are pimping backwards. Black lives, spray painting, black lives. You can't even teach your son to say, excuse me. And you want to know why you got the phone call. We pimping backwards, America. And you know what Donald Trump taught us?
What?
The importance of voting. Everybody, Black Lives Matter, but what are they doing? Are you a registered voter? Are you a registered voter? Mm-hmm. Are you going out here voting, but you are standing in a goddamn line for a free cell phone? Yeah. You're standing in line.
Like this whole Black Lives Matter movement, I personally feel like it's been a lot of white people to kind of interfere with it. Like I personally feel like there's so many other positive organizations for black people besides this.
Destroy the neighborhood. Let the property value go down. And then they buy for nothing. Yeah. That's what they doing. America, Black Lives Matter don't mean shit to me. And I'm black. What it means is learn from it, or you gonna go back to this.